Quick. Welcome back to Geekshow Arcade.
We're here.
We're here to geek
Yes!
you. We're here to be geeks.
We're hanging out to keep our minds off of other things. This is the Geekshow Arcade.
It's not working.
Where we talk about video games and video game related things. I said things too many times. It's starting to sound weird. Things.
That's your thing now.
It doesn't mean the same thing anymore.
No, it's just anyway.
Thing.
Let's kick it off by introducing our things panelists. Lang coming at us from the West Coast.
Left coast of the most coast. I'm Lang. I'm back. Happy to be here. Broadcasting from you live from the surest of woods. Sherwood. Come find me on Discord. I'm hanging there a lot more often as of late.
Hey, me too.
No. Sorry. More. Not every 6 months. That's not more yet. Come find me there. Play Halo. Come see the stuff I'm posting. I don't post much on Help Desk. I do in Geekshow. Find any of those Discords. Come find me there.
Thing. Lando. Hey.
Hey, I'm Lando. I'm so happy to be here. I love the game show. It's my favorite show we do. I love playing video games and doing podcasts. You can catch me here. You can catch me on the other show. More importantly, if you're a Patreon supporter for just $1 mere a month, you can catch me in between, which is really the best place to catch me.
That's where you get the best Lando. It's the most crass, energetic.
I think Lando only said about 7 words in the last in between.
I had to go get Tums. It's fine.
Yeah,
but-
it's an off day
Yeah.
for Lando.
If his family knew what those 7 words were, they'd be concerned.
Yeah. If you want to know what the 7 words were,
Come
subscribe.
check it out.
That's right. And we got Owen. Don't forget about Owen.
Never.
No.
I mean, you can, because I'm forgettable. Like
Don't
in
forget.
a wallpapery way, not in a. Anyway, you usually hear me droning on here, getting told to be quiet by somebody or another, or getting convinced to keep talking by Jared. See, but Tony, fortunately, our host, has a noise to stop the cycle, which we've trained into me like Pavlov's.
Yeah.
Snaps him right out of it every time.
And we have our host. His name's Tony, right there.
There we go.
Sorry.
Check me out on Twitter at QuadTTony or on other Geek Show podcasts where fine podcasts are available. Thing.
It sounds like you've been watching
Thing.
Murders in the Building. You're starting to say podcast.
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 All right. Let's kick this off with an email because we have one. Email. Right here.
My loyal letter legion is writing in.
Wow.
You know, it's been ages since I've written in. I think it was last year. It was a very, very frequent Lang letter. I need to
true.
get back to that.
Says, hello, Geek Show Arcade friends. I love Amanda as your Pokemon correspondent. Yeah.
Yeah!
She's
good.
pretty awesome. We love her too.
Indeed. I was wondering if I could be your excuse me correspondent. Listening to the Pokemon leakage episode, Tony said that the FF7 was the decisive remake in response to what remakes were worse than original. The word you wanted was decisive.
Did you just get well actually'd?
Tony said that the FF7 was
Well,
the decisive
actually.
remake in response to what remakes were worse than the original. The word you wanted was decisive. He's got the same word twice here.
I think he just dunked on you.
I
think it's a she, isn't it?
That doesn't make any sense. I don't get it.
Who is this? Who
It's
is
Amanda,
this?
isn't it?
No. This is
No?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Damn, I was way off.
Yeah, you were decisive
Check
remake
the
in
briefcase.
response to what remakes were worse. The word you wanted was, oh, maybe I didn't say decisive, and he's trying to ram the point home that I should have said decisive by saying it twice and confusing
Yeah,
me further.
Tony.
Anyway, Lambo mentioned that Pokemon could not be the biggest franchise ever. He compared them to companies. This is true, and we went over that.
That's fair.
While it was qualified to be media, comparing Apple to Pokemon at all would be comparing apples to oranges. Indeed.
I still think there's bigger franchises.
Apples
like
to Pokemon. There's not,
X-Men.
dude. There's not.
X-Men,
Money-wise, no way.
Star Wars,
Nope.
Nope.
Mickey
It
Mouse.
shouldn't have needed to be clarified when you were talking about Pokemon. You would compare it to other franchises like Mario or Halo, not Apple or Microsoft.
Yeah,
And-
think
What
about, go back to
what
your
about,
Star Wars argument. Think of how many. There's not that many remakes of the Lando Calrissian figure versus this like Charizard card, and how more rare those are. Like Pokemon knocks everything out of the water.
Yep.
Mm,
And
it still
finally,
feels bad. I don't like it.
Today, Tony said that Rare has not done anything of note since Viva Pinata. Sea of Thieves has been a pretty big franchise for Xbox. That is a good point. I forgot about Sea of Thieves because I don't.
Touche, good listener. You have
I don't
dunked on
care
Tony,
about
and I
it.
appreciate it.
I don't think to their first question. No, I don't think we need this. I don't know if I want to be. I don't know if I want to be fact checked. They told me there wasn't going to be any fact checking.
I was told
Yeah,
there
if you're going to be a
fact-checking.
correspondent, the correspondent doesn't tell the host like you're wrong. You tell us what's out in the field.
Yeah.
Maybe,
that
or
does-
maybe a little bit of both. Anyway, it doesn't compare to Pokemon or even Rare of old, but it is still solid. A solid, now long time live service game that continues to put out new content and was even moved to PlayStation. Yep. They're right about that. I am a little behind on episodes, but try to keep up. Thank you for letting me listen. Most of you are great.
Wow.
Most?
Interrupting cow. That's funny.
I guess I can quit the
Going
podcast.
back to what I previously
I
said.
feel real bad now.
I don't know if my ego can handle it.
That's
You're
okay.
great, Daniel. Keep it up.
Yep, I am fine with this. Just if you're gonna fact check, you better be right. You better not fact check and be wrong.
Man.
So that's the bar you gotta walk over. I don't know. Let's move on to the stories. Lando has his hand up. I mean,
he
sorry,
doesn't. I
Lang
do.
has his hand up.
No, I just had I'm going to jump in
Same
because
thing.
if you're writing in, have a question for us to discuss. And I had one, if you don't mind me jumping in real quick, Tony, because I haven't written in with questions for ages, and I had one
I will allow it.
because I went back and I played one of my favorite games, SSX. You can't say that faster.
That's
You say
so
like-
good. I love that game.
The old
So I
snowboarding
played
game.
SSX Tricky, and I was like, oh, this is
The
going to be
best
rough.
one.
It took me 1 or 2 races, and I was back in it.
Right
I
back
could
into it.
do every tricky move. I could do it. I'd hit golds on the show-offs and the races, and I was like, oh, this is like riding a bike. So to the panelists, which games have you gone back to that felt like you were riding the bike or felt like you were just getting sticks thrown in your post, like in your spokes? Like,
Well-
if you've gone back, think about it for a minute. I'll go for another one because, like, when I was bragging about going back to Marvel versus Capcom and that whole collection, I did not do well on a lot of those. It took me a long time to get my balance on the bike back playing those fighting games that I hadn't in almost 10 or 15 years. So what are some of the ones that are either easy to go back to or you went back to and like, nope, can't do it?
Hard to go back to for me, definitely Tony Hawk Pro Skater. When the remake came out on Xbox and PlayStation a couple years ago,
Yeah,
and
I
it
got it on
plays
Switch.
exactly the same. They did an amazing job of bringing the game mechanics over just like it used to be, and then updating the visuals, and I sucked. And I used to be
Right?
really good. I used to be really good at Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
It's like, how can I not do all the different
And-
combos and
Yep.
just the
all of a
trainer
sudden I
part?
just sucked dookie. I played about 5 rounds and didn't really improve, and I just said, well, at least I supported the devs for a good remake, even though I'll probably never play this again.
Mine was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I loaded that up in an emulator, and I was like, "Oh, this game was so fun." And I used to be, and I was like, I got all the things. I could make all the jumps, kill all the.
Got
Nope.
rallied, huh?
Yeah, I got rallied. Rallied to the point where I'm like, rallied to the point where I was like, save state.
Yep.
Save state, save
Yep.
state,
Come your way
save
through
state,
that.
save state,
Yep.
save state. Like I was on a game genie, like a freaking cheater.
Lando, you
Yep.
got any?
I haven't been back to play any games recently, but I would hope the SSX would be the one I could go back to and start playing because I played that game a crap ton.
It's
when I
been a
was
lot of fun
young.
on that one. Actually,
Um,
go ahead.
Yeah. I don't know.
Fun story about remaking games. I'm just totally bouncing off the walls here. I got to meet one of the studio heads for Night Flight Studios last weekend.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Night Flight?
yeah. They did Turok
do?
remake, the Doom.
Oh, no, Night Dive.
Night Dive. Thank you, Night Dive.
You got to meet someone from Night Dive?
Mhm.
Oh, Night Dive
He's
is
up
so
here in
cool.
Vancouver. Very cool guy.
Dude.
We give him a tour of like the mouses and stuff.
I
Mouses.
told him I would. No, I
Mices.
actually. I'll tell you after the episode how I found him.
That's definitely if Night Dive.
Here's a rendezvous.
Ooh,
Ooh.
a meet cute.
Meet cute. In line for voting, am I right? Just
No, Oregon doesn't. We don't have any lines.
Oh.
We're only male. Period.
oh, crazy.
All right.
Yeah.
What happens if your cats pee on your ballots?
Inquiring
You get-
minds want to know.
You get pissed.
Hey,
Oh.
Bam.
Bazinga. All right, there you go. Cool. Let's go on to this is actually really big news of the day, and it just barely was announced about 2 hours ago. Nintendo has officially announced that the Switch 2 will be fully backwards compatible with all Switch software.
Hey, that's great news.
Yes, that is excellent news. They announced it during one of their like business meetings they had today in Japan. And
The shareholder meeting.
yeah, I think it was a shareholder meeting. So they announced that specifically, and then went on to talk about a few other things. Let me pull up my notes here.
But they don't have any visuals of anything about it yet, right?
No. They still. So that's the thing. They basically said
Yeah.
that all your Nintendo Switch software will be playable on the successor to the Nintendo Switch, but they still don't have a
whatever
release
that
date
is,
or an
right.
Yeah.
announcement or anything like that.
When they
The
say
only thing-
software, I'm just like, that's just the ones you bought online.
No way.
I have a
If they don't
feeling.
have a cartridge slot that fits the old cartridges, that would be no. Not even Nintendo's that dumb. Like, no way. No, it's gotta be. No way. But the what was I gonna say? There's they did say that they do absolutely plan on announcing the successor within this fiscal year. So I think their fiscal year ends in March, if I remember looking at correctly. So we'll probably see an announcement for it early spring next year.
Yeah, I'm not believing anything until I see it. I feel like they're blowing a lot of smoke. Something doesn't feel right that they're not showing the physical
No.
aspects of it.
I think that
Even-
they just no, you're thinking too much into it. It's because holidays are coming up and they want to sell as many current gen Switches as they can. So
But
if
that's
they
the thing.
announce-
By announcing it's going to be at their fiscal end of their fiscal year, which is after Christmas. Anybody who's watching goes, well, then I'm just going to wait.
Exactly.
and it would be even worse if they were to actually come out and
Oh,
formally
true.
announce it
Right.
and show
Absolutely.
pictures and all that kind of stuff.
Well, too bad. It's November 5th, late at night. My tinfoil hat is snug right now.
Got that on your head
Okay,
right
it's
there.
gonna be a show.
All right,
that.
let's
I'm here
talk
for that.
about the Game Pass update day. It's beginning of November.
Oh yeah!
What's
my favorite
what do we
time
got?
of the
Bring
month.
it in.
What-
Bring it in.
what do
Some
we got
high
coming?
energy.
What do we got coming to Game Pass this month?
Let's
Owen?
go.
Let's just take a quick peek here.
so.
First of all, what happened to my note link?
You didn't put any links. You
Who
just
put-
said,
who put-
"Oh boy,
who
you know what day it is? Game Pass update day." Oh,
What is this?
O's right there.
There's a lot of oh. It goes like that, Tony.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is this?
Hold on.
What is this link?
There's
no link?
There's no link. That's my
This is a
problem.
problem.
Oh man.
Okay, well, you go ahead and find your link.
I'm
and we'll
gonna
talk about
find the
something
link.
else.
It'll be, you know what? That was a teaser
built
where you
up-
got
you built-
90% of the reaction.
You built me up. I was
No,
so
I didn't.
excited.
Say some
And
more.
now I
Say-
don't get
say
it?
more. Say more.
It's still coming. Don't worry. It's just.
Owen, I need this.
I'm
I
getting
need this
there.
tonight. Of all nights, especially
I
tonight, I need
know.
this.
All right. Well, he's looking for a link. We have a bunch of stuff to review actually this episode, and one of the things is a power bank, which sounds kind of meh, but those are very important for those of us with handheld gaming PCs and they want to be on the go more.
I really learned the hard way thinking I didn't know how much juice the actual handhelds needed. So I've been studying and researching a lot with all the different power banks that you can
you bought
use for
this one?
laptops. I did buy that one, and you
I've
can
been
kind of see the
eyeballing
price.
this one for quite a while.
The price is not bad, huh? So in the
Yeah.
in the notes, the brand is called Basus, something like that.
I think I don't know if it's Basis or Base US but yeah, they're fairly well known on Amazon,
They are.
and most of their stuff is pretty good. I
They're-
have several of their products.
So they're up there with, like, I think Anchor and them are the main two heavy duty power banks. And I got one that's normally $129 and it's on sale for $59 on Amazon. And I've had it. I put the link right there, Tony. Go look. It's 54%
because I'm not
off.
logged in. I'm not logged in. If I was,
Oh,
it says- yeah.
sad.
When you're logged in, it's for $59. I can see it.
There you go.
Otherwise, it's
So the power bank that I'm reviewing, so anybody out there, since we've been pushing handhelds, you've got to get at least 100-watt / laptop power bank, because if you tried any other power banks, they literally won't even tap your handhelds.
You can get by with a 65 watt. 65 watt will still put it into turbo, but
I mean, with
100 is better.
mine, it doesn't actually.
Oh, okay.
With my GDP.
With the Allies and the Steam Decks, a 65 will work.
So here's my 100-watt.
Oh, there it is.
Basis.
There she is.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
And
okay.
yes, I am one of those people that keeps the.
You don't pull the plastic
Peel
off?
that plastic.
No,
off.
no,
I'm triggered.
no.
What's the matter with you?
I keep it on there.
Ugh, do you
So
have the
and you can
plastic on your
see
car seat
the
still?
football. You know what?
My
All of you guys
opinion
be
of
quiet.
you laying just dropped by like 3 points.
Wait, could you pull it
Peel
off
the
live?
damn plastics,
can
my
you peel
dude.
it off? Peel it off live.
So here you
for
go.
us right now.
Here is
Slow.
talk slower, and I might. So here is the actual like footprint of it next to a Mountain Dew Kickstart can. It's actually the thinness of it is what sold me on it. It makes it a lot more, but it is
Probably slips into the
extremely
backpack.
wide.
Probably slips into the backpack real
It
good.
slips in the backpack really nicely. It has 2 USB-C and 2 USB ports.
It's not very girthy. Peel the plastic off.
Come on, bud. I'll even give you.
This,
Here we
this
go.
feels dirty.
Solo layout. Peel that plastic off.
Peel that
peel it.
plastic. Peel that plastic.
Oh, he's gonna do it with his teeth. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
did it.
Jared.
He did it.
In my
Satisfaction.
mouth.
Jared.
Oh, it got in my beard. Oh,
Jared,
We peer
where
pressured
are
him.
you?
We peer pressured him. It worked.
It's
Jared,
so good.
where?
I felt that way.
Jared, where are you, my guy? I feel like
like
he just
that.
Oh,
it wasn't butt stuff. Here's not here.
you know
So-
what? I needed that.
So here, this is actually really cool. The display on it, I actually really appreciate, because not only will it tells you the timing of whatever you're pulling, of how much time it should take to fully charge it. I've plugged in my phones and my GDP. It takes an incredibly short amount of time with these 100-watt. So if I have been playing a good portion of the bus ride home and I'm in bed wanting to just plug in and play SSX Tricky for a little bit, and I'm low on battery, I plug it in and it will tell me exactly how long, how much wattage is going in. It's actually, I kind of love it for what it's detailing and time-wise. To give it a full charge, it did it maybe 30, 45 minutes. It was incredible. So
how many
a strong-
charges do you get? Like, how many times will it charge your GPD Win Mini?
it would probably charge it probably a good 2 to 3 times at least.
Okay.
But I'm one of those that starts to freak out once things get down to about 30%. I'm not one that's like, ride or die 4%.
You know-
and
Oh yeah,
Dude,
for
my
sure.
kids,
30%. You have a
my
long
proto-
way to go, my dude.
dude, my
Oh, Lando,
prototypes,
no.
dude, my prototypes, they live at 7 to 10%.
I know, right?
Ooh,
That's my daughter.
they live at 7 to 10%. They're like, I'm only at 7%, Dad. What?
Oh.
Well, there's a reason why I got
If
her
we break
her
down
own
on the
power
side of the
bank,
road.
Yeah.
I got them power banks. And like, why?
Yeah.
I'm fine. I'm usually at 12%, Dad.
So look up Basis power banks. There's a lot of them that are on sale right now. And I think it's because they're coming out with some new models. So I doubt these are going to be around too much longer up until Black Friday or after. Just kind of a heads up.
Wow, here's a chunkier one that's 2,400 milliamp hour instead of 24,000 instead of 20,000.
I was looking at that one too. That one I think is a little taller.
It's thicker for sure. It's 140 watt, and it's $70 right now.
Yeah.
But it's
So there's
it's pretty big. It's a big boy.
It's a big one. So yeah, get yourselves a really chunky power bank for what's coming out. I think everyone should look into them personally.
I never travel without at least one.
Can't. Yeah.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if I'm going anywhere that's not around, 30 or 40-minute drive from my house, if I'm going further than that, I'm taking a power bank
Yeah.
because I'm inattentive about keeping my stuff online.
Here.
Yep. All right. Very cool. Owen, did you find the link you were looking for?
Let's go.
Let's go. We need it.
Here we go.
I'm so happy.
Here
Let's go.
we go. Okay, so we got some.
No, that's
What'd you
the
do?
that's
Oh,
booting.
what's that?
It's
Oh,
booting
I
up.
thought that was the burnt one.
No,
Okay, I was triggered. So here we go. We got some Novembers. We got some November. Okay, here's some silver lining. If you got doom scrolling fatigue or voting tomorrow,
much do.
November 6th. Okay, we've got a gardening game coming out.
Oh, that'll keep you
Metal Slug Tactics.
Ah, yeah.
Gotta
Tell
be
me
a
more.
I saw it.
Side
it's
scroller, shoot 'em up.
It's
man.
a side scroller run and gun. I don't see any slugs in the
About
picture,
gardening?
but slugs, right? Anyway,
It is nope.
then we've got a dancing game coming out. Go Mecha Ball. I assume that's got to be some sort of. It's. Let me see here. Load them up and roll out in this twin stick shooter. I don't know what kind of a ball.
No,
I like
that
that.
one. Okay,
Twin stick
I've actually
shooter.
played that one on Steam. That one's actually a blast.
Yeah,
It's like you're a little cat in a ball, like a wrecking ball,
sounds
fighting
like a
robots like crazy. It is it's actually fun. I
Sounds
like
like
that
a
one.
good time at the ball.
I'm in.
We've got a fishing game, Harold Halibut. This one doesn't sound like a fishing game to me, but I've been wrong in the past. It's a handmade narrative game about friendship and life on a
Which is
city
what you talk
sized
about while you're
spaceship.
fishing.
But this is on a city-sized spaceship submerged in an alien ocean. So I don't know what they're fishing for. I don't know if Harold the Halibut. Anyway.
it doesn't matter what they're fishing for because the treasure is
They're fishing
the
for
friends
friendship.
they made
Yeah.
along
They're
the way.
fishing for friends. They're fishing for memories. The Rewinder sounds like an 80s game, but it's not. It's a 2D adventure thing, traditional Chinese folklore.
All right.
Got another gardening one. Turnip Boy robs a bank. Probably a seed bank if I'm reading this right.
Yes, a seed bank. That's
yeah.
it.
Join Turnip Boy, teaming up with the Pickled Gang. See, this is all in a salad.
Pickled Gang.
This is a salad game for sure. And execute the weirdest heist of all. Obviously, they're stealing from a seed bank. Shake down hostages, steal valuables, battle the fuzz.
All these ingredients. The point of this game is probably to toss salads.
Oh, and look at this. Look at this. I'm not kidding. Look at the last sentence. Wacky tools off the dark web to move further into the vaults of the Botanical Bank.
Right there.
Seed Bank. What did I say? Goat Simulator Remastered. If you haven't played Goat Simulator, go stick your tongue to somebody and drag them through the streets.
Yep.
If you haven't done that. If you have not done that, and then heard them going, ah, as they are dragged behind you and your tongue, you are missing out on the spice of life. Flight simulator, if you've got to go somewhere, if you want to get your pilot's license or whatever, you got that going on.
Got it.
And then here's some other ones. Now these ones are actually I forgot about. We mentioned them a few weeks ago, but I forgot. StarCraft Remastered. I'm actually gonna get this one because it's StarCraft. It's the original,
But it's remastered.
It's remastered, and it's playable on PC, Game Pass, and it has Brood War.
Oh, nice.
So-
It's got that expansion.
So before you had to go, you could still play it up to Windows 7, but the graphics started getting a little goofy. Finally, StarCraft 2, I can come off my high horse. I banished these guys when they took away local land play and you had to start going through BattleNet all the time. So I never played StarCraft 2 out of 2 reasons.
Oh.
You took a stand.
No, I took a stand for a week. And then I forgot about it for 20 years. Or however long
That's
it's been.
funny.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, and that just kind of let me. It's like, boy, you've got some real moxie to. I just forgot. Anyway, there's a bunch of game updates. You got some DLC for Call of Duty something or Black Ops something, Nuketown, Vault Edition. No Man's Sky gets the Cursed Expedition, and Sea of Stars gets Dawn of Equinox.
Nice.
Yeah. So here's some stuff if you for you losers playing these games, they're about to go.
Wow.
The games are
Take
about
that,
to get
losers.
lost. Yeah, sorry. Dicey Dungeons. Write to your congressman. Tell
It's
him
out.
you can't. Dungeons 4.
Out.
Goat Simulator, which I feel like just got on the list above.
So they brought the remastered version on. They got rid of the
they're
old
like,
version.
They're like
So
out with
you're-
the old.
You're good. You're good on
Who's
that.
the new?
Yeah.
That one's okay.
Like a Dragon Ishin with the exclamation point. Like a Dragon, the man who erased his name.
These are gone.
They're gone. These
Get
are
out
out.
of there.
Get out. Trash. Persona 5, Tactica Cloud, and Somerville.
Yep.
Out.
So
Bye-bye.
if you want to play those, you're going to have to buy them now. Not on Game Pass anymore.
Sad.
All right. Let's do another review. I've been playing the new Dragon Age game. This isn't a review. This is the first impressions. Dragon Age: The Veilguard this week, and I am extremely happy to report that it is awesome.
Mm.
And not only is it awesome, it is technically sound. It runs on PC well. There's no stutters. You don't have to dick with the graphical options and mods to try and make things work correctly.
Is this day one?
Just day one. It
Whoa.
just
Wow.
works. Yep.
That's bonkers.
It is. I didn't even know what to do with myself because I started playing and I just kept playing and I wasn't like, okay, time to get out and work on this to make it run better. No, it just works.
Huh.
And on top of all that, it's just a fun game so far. I think I'm about 5 hours into it. The combat is real time with the ability to pause occasionally if you want to use some of your special abilities, and you can queue those up and let them go. But the combat is fun. The graphics are stylized and really beautiful. And not only are they beautiful from an art perspective, but they're also very technically good. They got a lot of nice ray tracing, a lot of good texture work, a lot of, it's really good. I mean, that's
said-
all I can really say about it.
And this is Dragon Age what?
Dragon Age: The Veilguard. This is the first Dragon Age game they've done in I don't know, 9 years. It's been a long time since they've put out a Dragon Age. The last one was Inquisition. And so so far I highly recommend this game so far if you're a Dragon Age fan and if you're into fantasy RPGs, things like that. It's been really good. I'll give updates each week based on how far I get if anything changes, but this is looking to be quite the banger from my perspective.
Interesting.
Yeah. Let's see. We got a Netflix story here.
Oh yeah. So we talked about how they closed their AAA thing, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, well, they're coming back. Go Gadget GenAI for games. I
Oh.
was supposed to read that like an Android,
Coco
but I didn't.
Gadget.
But I didn't. I didn't have the heart to do it or the wherewithal. So they're coming back. The they shut down their game studio that actually had the God of War art, head of art, I believe, and the other guy, another top dev from Overwatch. And they are now
That studio had only been around for like 20 months too.
Yeah.
Like they hadn't even made anything.
they didn't
yet.
give they didn't give me a chance. Like they didn't. So Mike Verdu, the founder and previous president of Netflix Games, and now the VP, downgrade there for GenAI for games.
What?
At Netflix. He says, at long last, I'm ready to talk about what I'm doing next. I'm working on driving a once-in-a-generation inflection point for game development. Basically, they're going to be training and using AI.
You finished the sentence there. You left out. You buried the lead.
Oh.
Game development and player experiences using generative AI.
That's right. Yeah, they're going to be using generative AI to he tries to sugarcoat it a little bit by basically saying devs are still going to be the creators. They're the mind behind the machine. But it puts I'm focused on a creator first vision for AI. He writes, one that puts creative talent at the center, with AI being a catalyst and an accelerant. AI will enable big game teams to move much faster.
Creators just there. AI will do everything.
Yeah. Just type in what you want.
So basically, they're like, we're so sick of devs. We just want some AI prompt engineers. These are now gaming prompt engineers.
Gross.
This is going
I
to go
hate
nowhere.
This.
Yeah.
I hate this so much.
This is
this
is
pulls
a terrible decision.
It pulls. Yeah, it's just Netflix. What? Seriously? I don't know. And then he says, pay no mind to the uninformed speculation in the media about the changes in Netflix games. What you've seen over the last several months is actually planned. And it's like, wait, what? The closing of the... Well, I can't say... And then he goes, well, I can't say I feel better about the entire situation personally. I do wonder what direction genAI games will take. I don't know.
Are there any other games or studios claiming that they're using generative AI in their gameplay?
No, it's
Most
almost
places-
a poison pill.
Exactly. If
They
are
probably
using
are.
it,
They're not saying it.
anything.
Right. Who's not using it at this point? Because it's just dumb not to, for the small just reiterative
Sure.
stuff like that. Like if you're not doing it for that, you're being inefficient at this point. But using it to create,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like code review, I can see bug squashing, I can see, but actual for artistic direction, which is what I mean, it sounds like they're basically saying, okay, we don't need these top-notch engineers, devs that actually have an art style or have an idea. We just need some devs that have a basic idea, and then generative AI can polish that up to something greater.
This
for
is
cheaper.
dookie.
It sounds dookie. It sounds like they've taken a little bit of the magic out of game development,
Yeah.
trying to mask it with
all of it.
efficiency. Yeah, by trying to mask it with being more efficient or an accelerant.
Lames.
I don't know, Netflix.
lames.
I don't know, Netflix. I mean, everybody's doing it, but you can't say it. You can't come out and say it.
out
You can't
loud.
say it. You don't name your department after it or your title. Did you choose that title? I feel like you got joked on, my guy.
AI is a buzzword, right? Everyone loves AI. I'm going to put it in the title.
Dude, you know that guy that used to be on the games thing? We're going to give him the VP of generative AI for gaming at Netflix.
Oh my god.
That's his title. And we're just going to see if he likes it.
Do you think it'll make him quit finally? Let's get him out of here. Let's give him this
It
title.
it backfired. He was totally hyped.
He loves it.
He loves it. Dang it.
All right. One more thing before we go. I have another review here, and this is an interesting one. I have in my hands the Arctis Buds from SteelSeries.
Hold on.
Buds.
These
Game
are
buds make me
gaming-
not trust you.
These are gaming earbuds.
You couldn't not buy these, could you? You had to. Like you
Had
saw
to.
these and you're like, I have to buy these.
I will.
It is my moral duty to buy these pieces of crap.
Okay.
I will.
Tony, do you have like a closet that's like a
agree with what
secret
you
spy
said.
one that you press a button and it flips a whole panel and there's just a wall of earbuds?
Men in Black
Earbuds.
style.
Yeah.
Earbuds and headphones. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I should. It'd look better than the way I have them
Like
spread
he's
around
actually,
my office.
you don't know. Yeah, you don't know this, but he's actually the star on the next Hoarders episode, like the
just
next
earbuds.
Hoarders series. He's like, we have to help him. He's got a whole room.
No, because the hoarder folks would come over and like, oh man, that is cool.
Yeah, they would. They'd be like, oh, actually, you selling those?
Yeah.
So these Arctic
You're not using
games-
those, are you?
These
Yeah.
Arctis, they're by Steel
Arctis.
Series. Very, very, very well-known headphone
Reputable?
manufacturer.
They're reputable.
Very reputable. This is their first foray into wireless gaming earbuds, and they go for I think $159, which
What'd you get them for?
isn't too bad. I paid full price. Yeah.
Okay.
But that in and of itself isn't too bad because their competition right now is there are two earbuds from Sony that go for 200 and I think a little bit more for the other one. So they're undercutting Sony's earbuds, and I gotta say, overall, I think they're doing a great job.
Really?
Do you have any other
Yep.
specific gaming
Yeah, I
buds?
have the Sony InZone.
You do have the Sonys,
earbuds.
okay.
Yep, and they're $200. You can find them on sale for cheaper, fairly frequently, especially if you peruse the eBay refurbished section and get like manufacturer refurbished ones, which is what I have, and they work great. Now, all that being said, these are not without their issues. Here's what they look like in the case.
Make yourself bigger. Make yourself bigger.
Oh yeah, I guess I could do that, huh? One of the things that they do really, a detail that they did that's really neat is if you see right here on the top, that is the dongle, and it has a spot in the case.
Oh, neat.
Oh.
So you're not gonna lose the 2.4 gigahertz dongle like
me.
you do
Yeah.
with. There's several other earbud manufacturers out there. Asus has a couple of gaming earbuds. They do.
Like I did with my game, sir.
Exactly. And they have dongles as well. They're 2.4 gigahertz, but they're not built into the case. So you just have to remember where you put it or never
Especially
unplug
if you,
it.
especially if you travel with it. Like,
Exactly.
That's cool. That's
Because
Now
don't they
that's-
just like expect you to leave it there?
That's the thing. And that's
Yeah.
that's stupid because the best use case scenario for these earbuds is gaming handhelds.
yeah.
Yep.
Your Switch, your
Plus, it's low
ROG
profile, so
Ally,
like
your-
the USB-C port goes
Steam
down
Deck.
and it stays really flush. It doesn't
exactly.
stick out like
it
a
doesn't
normal
stick
receiver.
out really far.
Yeah.
So that's actually one of the pros that it has over
Yeah.
the Sony InZone
You're right.
earbuds.
Yeah.
Is,
You hate it when it sticks out, right, Lando?
I hate it when it sticks out.
Okay.
So this one doesn't stick out so much.
That's cool.
It's the worst.
So yeah, it works really well. I've tested it with the Steam Deck. I've tested it with my ROG Ally. I've tested it with my PC. I've tested it with my work computer as a communication device, as a headset for Teams.
And the mic
chat.
works
Nice.
good.
Yeah, the mic works well. I mean, it works as well as you could hope for earbud mics, right?
Okay.
It's not gonna sound as good as a headset with a little boom mic that goes in
Sure.
front of your mouth. Those still, sound quite a bit better, but it sounds good. They have ANC, which is mediocre. The ANC on it is not as good as the Sony InZone ANC, but it still does some noise canceling. Wireless charging on the bottom, USB-C for charging as well on the back, and one
How long
way
do they
that
last?
I didn't do any long enough sessions to kill them, but I think their specs say they last about 6 hours with ANC on.
Wow.
So yeah, you
For
get
gaming, that's pretty awesome.
you're gonna quit playing before you run out of battery. One way that these do definitely improve upon what the Sony InZones offer is they also have Bluetooth as well that is compatible with any Bluetooth device. The Sony InZone Bluetooth, it only works for Bluetooth LE devices. So iPhones don't have Bluetooth LE, so you can't hook up those Sony InZones to iPhones. A lot of the newer Androids do have Bluetooth LE, so it'll work with those.
Is it multi-point? Can you hook it up to your phone and use it on your computer at the same time?
Yes. Now,
That's cool.
the thing about that, though, is you have to switch it manually between the two,
Yeah.
which I didn't realize until I'd been farting around with it for half an hour when I first opened them up, thinking, why the heck am I not getting sound out of my computer? I have the dongle plugged in. I hear it recognize the dongle when I turn them on. When I put it in my ear, I can hear sound out of my phone. The music's playing fine. You have to, and this is partly my fault, because it tells you right when you open it up. The first thing they show you is push the button 3 times to switch between Bluetooth or
between the
2.4
point.
gigahertz.
Interesting.
And I disregarded that because every other thing I've used, it will switch automatically,
Yeah.
right? So once I figured that out, life was a lot better. And then the other thing to consider as well, that's the thing about these. I think they're an easy recommend. They're very good, but there are some caveats when you use them that you need to be aware of. That's one of them. You have to hit the button 3 times on your ear to switch from 2.4 gigahertz to Bluetooth. Caveat number 2 is the volume on the earbud is separate from the volume of the device you're connected to. So when I was first using it, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't get these loud. They were always
like
so
turning
quiet.
it up on your phone.
Because the source
wasn't-
was.
Yep. And no, that's the thing. I went to the source and I was like, this is at 100%. Why is it not loud? And then I realized there's some Bluetooth units out there that the volume is separate on the device versus the source. And so I started turning the volume up on the earbud itself, and boom, volume went up a ton. And now I have that set to where I like it.
Yeah. That's annoying though, because most software links to the player
Exactly.
and hears that
Exactly.
and pushes it up and down.
That's something that you would
That's
expected from
old
from
tech.
Exactly. You would expected that from like 3-4 years ago, 5 years
Yeah.
ago, not on modern stuff. So that is something to keep in mind with these as well. You have to adjust the volume manually on the device to get it where you want, so you
Like
can
you would
adjust
just-
it on the source device.
Right. You
easier.
just set it, just turn it all the way up on the headphone. And then
Yep,
just
that's what I
use,
did.
use the source, right?
I think I have it 1 notch from the highest on the earbud, and then I
That's what I
control
do.
it. I control it with the software in the source device at
Yeah.
that point. And then caveat number 3 is there are, and this isn't really a caveat, this is just something to be aware of. There are a lot of EQ choices on this headset through the SteelSeries app, either on your phone, you can put it on your phone or on your PC.
I like that.
And so there's tons. They have like 180 different game profiles, different games that you can select.
Oh, you actually
to-
select it and it has that game
Yeah,
specifically.
it's like, oh, I'm playing
tuned.
Call of Duty right now. I'm going to hit the Call of Duty EQ.
Ah, hey,
Oh,
that's
that's
neat.
interesting.
And on top of that, they have a customizable EQ with like 6
Yeah,
different meters that you can change as well. These
Too many choices, Mr. Wayne.
these
I would
out of the
choice
box,
paralysis.
they're set to flat, and there is not very much bass. And I'm a bass junkie.
I was gonna say, I was gonna ask everybody, what's your EQ?
Yeah,
I go mid. I turn up the mids and I turn up the lows.
yeah.
Mine's usually around the rock settings,
Yeah, exactly. Which is usually more bass and more treble.
treble and low mid.
Yep. So,
Yep, that's what I
but they have a setting on here called deep bass, and it solved my issue perfectly.
Nice.
They sound really good. So there you go. Overall, as far as just gaming earbuds aspect, 9 out of 10. Fantastic. Once you figure out how they work and figure out the controls, 9 out of 10. Now, these can also be your everyday everything buds if you want them to be, since Bluetooth works with everything. As a score for an all-around earbud, I would give it probably more like a 7.5, just because the ANC isn't very good.
But you don't need that additional dongle if you're just hooking up to like your phone or
No,
something, right?
don't need that for your phone. But the fact that you're getting this quality for gaming for $160, I think it's an easy recommend if you have any interest in gaming earbuds, especially for handheld PCs and your Steam Deck and stuff like that.
Oh, that's
easy
brilliant.
recommend. These are
Right.
quite nice.
Hey, I'm interested in these actually. How do you think they compare sound wise? I know over the ear is going to be obviously better, but like if I wanted to use these for everything, would you recommend that as an everything headset? Like even
It could
for
easily
like
be your everything. Yeah, 100%. The only downside to being your everything is the ANC isn't as good as on something like the
Right.
AirPod Pro or the Sony WH 1000 MX5s or whatever.
Here's
they
the
are.
real question: are these now your new everything, Tony?
No.
nothing. Can get
Like,
him
so
off
what
the
is
air-
your
air-
what is your
air-
everything? Like,
AirPods.
what's your
I
what's your
hate- I mean,
tens?
I hate
Pros.
to
He's about to
admit
say-
it. My everyday everything are the AirPod Pro 2s, just
Yeah.
because
Well, it's good to know.
the ANC is so top tier on those that nothing else touches it, and the sound is good enough. It's the
Do you
sound
feel
on
like
the
you get a
AirPod
good enough
Pros.
seal on those?
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, I buy the custom tips because I have giant ear canals. So and I had to do the same thing with these. See, these have these memory foam tips that I found in my closet because I have a whole bunch of
billion
different
of
ones that I've bought over the years.
Here's a barrel.
I have a bag, like a bag of ear tips, and
That's
these
awesome.
ones were from a different set that I bought before that they fit on these two. So I just
Compleys?
plopped them on. Compleys, yeah, they're
yeah.
Compleys.
If you got giant ear holes, go to Compleys.
Compleys is the way to go.
We're not
So
being paid for this.
Hey, that's my everyday. I just can't with my job yet. Just nope. Don't want to drop those in
Oh,
20
yeah.
pounds of poop.
yeah,
Mice poop, not mice
That'd
poop.
be so bad.
If we're talking all poop,
So
it's a lot more.
anyway, there you go. Easy recommend the Arctis Game Buds. Pretty great.
160.
Very cool.
160,
And
160
that
or
was
170,
full
something
price.
like
You
that.
think you can find them on Amazon or on
I
eBay?
bet
Black Friday's
within
coming. Black
the next
Friday's
5 or
coming.
6 months, you'll probably see them on sale for 10-20% off.
Do you guys have anything you're looking forward to for Black Friday? I'm looking forward to more hard drives for my NAS.
Oh,
So
there you go.
I need those.
I'm
I need
looking for
those-
some micro cards and some other stuff.
I need
I'm
the.
debating.
I need the.
If
850
DJI
blacks to
does
go
something
down.
crazy with that new Mavic 3, I might.
maybe
Ooh,
you'll
that
do
thing's
it.
gonna be spendy though.
Well, if it goes down, well, that's the thing. Will they drop it if nothing's going to be imported? Probably not.
Becomes more valuable.
Yep.
Yeah, so these Game Buds are 159 new, and then the Sony Pulse Explore wireless earbuds are 200 new, and the InZone earbuds are also MSRP of 199, 200 new. So
Same company. They're both.
yeah, those
by-
are both Sony's. But this still.
What's the
Series
difference
1.
between the two Sony ones? Anything?
Well,
decent?
so the Pulse ones are specifically for the PS5.
Okay.
I don't even think they hook up to anything else. Or if they do, you have to use like a special dongle.
Well, I'm interested in those Arctis ones. I might wait for Black Friday to see.
Yeah, I'd say if you're interested in them, wait for a sale. I'll bet there's one coming semi soon here.
I forgot. I'm actually aiming for a gaming monitor, so everyone keep your eyes out. Shout out to Discord. I'll be on there for deals too.
Oh, I need one
Okay,
too.
okay.
I have two. I've got two 2K monitors, but I'm ready. I'm ready for the big one, Tony. What do you
Well,
have?
that-
32,
48.
48. I'm ready, Tony.
But
So
it's
I was gonna
it's
get-
a TV. It's the C4, the LG C4.
I was gonna get a gaming monitor 32 for I think it was like super cheap Samsung. That was those weird out of the blue October Amazon days.
Mm-hmm.
I almost pulled the trigger on those.
The big Prime deals.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? These Sony Pulse Explore ones do have Bluetooth built in, so you could use them with your phone.
could
and
use 'em.
whatnot. You should be able to. So,
Very nice.
all right. I think that wraps us up for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for downloading. Before we leave, though, big shout out to our awesome Patreon backers. Lando, it's your time to shine. Talk about Patreon.
boy,
He
this is
woke
my
up.
Favorite part of, this is my favorite part of the whole show. Patreon listeners, I know you. Okay, I'm gonna make this short and sweet because I
You know
get
how?
it. I learned from last week. I ramble a little bit. I'm just so excited for all the
Just
cool.
learned this?
He's rambling
No,
already.
Hey, settle down.
Subscribe to Patreon. It's cheap
Lando?
and easy. You get a whole bunch of cool stuff.
No,
I'll undo your
Lando.
thing.
Lando. Tell them what they get for just $1. One
One measly
McFlurry.
dollar. You
One
get
McFlurry.
a super secret Discord. You get
Yeah.
the shows early. on a super secret RSS feed only for you, with the in between, which is awesome, right?
Yeah.
And this year, I'm trying to do something special for our Patreon listeners. I want to get you guys a Christmas little gift thing. Don't get your hopes up. It's going to be awesome, but like not very awesome, right? Give us $1, you'll get us something special in the mail.
How long did it take for you to send out the prize?
Hey,
to
Tony!
Wait,
Let
no,
Tony?
no.
Let
Tony,
a man change.
Tony.
Let's
A
give
man
him
can
some
change.
peace because I still haven't sent off my model kit to. I think it was Wiffle Ball. Shout out that one. Wiffle Ball Tony won that model kit I was going to send out. So
Yeah,
I'm just as guilty.
So log into your
Here's the
Patreon
difference.
account
I
and
can
put
do
in
the
your
whole
address.
thing from my desk. So yeah, log into Patreon as Owen just said.
Okay.
Put in your address so we can
Yeah.
send you something special.
Yep.
December 10th
Keeps
is
it-
the cutoff.
Yep.
If it's not in by December 10th and you're not a subscriber for only $1 before December 10th, no Christmas gift for you. Owen, do
Yeah.
the thing.
Hey, I'm going to send you an email through Patreon, and it's going to be glorious. And you're going to say, I don't know why I haven't put my address in there before.
I don't know
So-
if that's the thing he was saying to do, but
That's what they're going to say. I just quoted every one of our listeners.
And
Yeah.
this isn't a junk mail like Nairobi and Prince
No.
emailing
This
either.
is a heartfelt email from Owen.
Yep. I don't
help
send out the
you.
Nairobi and Prince ones to our Patreons.
That's. I don't know if he can feel his heart.
Yeah.
That's a push.
I'm going to read some Patreons now, though, if you don't mind. We got some top tiers. We got some top tiers. One of the other things you get if you donate $6 or more, we get to read your name. You know what? You get to read whatever you want because you can change your name in Patreon to whatever you want. Now, normally this glorious opportunity falls to Jaron. You can make that fool say whatever you want. But
fool.
did I say that or think that?
You sure did.
It's true. It's true.
But the fact is, I'm the fallback guy, so I kind of kick myself in my own butt. Here we go. I'm not super great at Spanish, so I'm sorry if I offend an entire culture or two or three. So we got some our super tech daddies here. We got Aaron Faulkner, David Broshinsky, Connor Keesaw, and don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Don't blame me. I voted for Kodos.
Oh yeah, that's from The Simpsons, right? Don't blame me. Oh yeah. We got Adam, be the 8-year-old. Cuando escucho esta canción, mi corazón quiere cantar asa beady beady bam bam.
Somehow that was worse than last time.
Yeah. Well, they got some Anyas over and some threes. They got some numbers in anyway. DP, D period P period. Maybe that's how he meant to say it. Eric Cruz, Eric Steinman. Fingers crossed, Lambo's internet cuts out.
I
just hurt.
take personal offense at that one.
That's just
I
hurtful.
think that was meant. Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I
just,
don't
that
like
was
it.
hurtful. Jason Eatman, Jeremy, Kelso, Matt Nelson, Michael Shane, No Name, No Color, Ryan, Stuart Lloyd, the in-between rating +7. I want to know the metrics there. The problem with society is Meatballs is tasty. Tony, the home theater geek. This is a long one. Oh, Travis Johnson, buy Geekshow Arcade Help Desk stickers on Pie Graphics on Etsy. All proceeds go to Lead Your Arcade's medical bills. I said that with my eyes, one eye closed. Wesley, you know who else is a Patreon? My mom. I don't think she
Got
is.
him.
Got him. Anyway, that's it.
Mom.
We appreciate you, Patreon people. All of you. Well, no matter what tier you're at. We appreciate you. Come and chat with us at Discord. Lando is absolutely obligated to respond, and we'll do so.
That's right. Thank you so much for making it to the end, for downloading us, for supporting us. We appreciate you. Until next time, Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.